So welcome everyone. I hope you guys can hear me okay. My name is Chelsea. I am a double diamond with the company, and this is my second time in the business. I rejoined in April of 2023 and went double diamond in my first 45 days. And I just rejoined in April, and there has been, so much momentum ever since. So tonight we're going to focus on mindset. We're going to focus on mindset and, just kind of working on our mindset and just growing from that. And you're going to hear from leaders who are mass customer recruiters, mass distributor enrollers, leaders that have systems in place that work so that they can do a little bit of both as well. I just want to hop on here because mindset is such an important thing. I am so red that I'm the type of person, if you give me a piece of paper, I'm just going to run and fill it out. And if someone tells me I need to read a book or, I'll just make an excuse. I'll say, hey, I don't have time for that, or I hate reading. But there's other ways to work on your mindset as well. So we know what those are. If you're brand new and this is your first Zoom you've been on, welcome. We've all been there. We've all been on our first Zoom and we know how that feels as well. So great job. Pat yourself on the back. We're just even showing up to this. So I just wanted to say for mindset, though, I do kind of want to focus on that. And we're going to just kind of bring in other leaders to kind of talk about tidbits and just drip in little things that they do and how, their mindset can affect these things or help these things and all that kind of fun stuff. So I am a double diamond leader with the company. And, something I always like to say with mindset is you just kind of have to turn that light switch on. So it is August. It's August 7th. You guys have showed up. So you're clearly ready to run. There's still 26 days left to work this month. And what that means is you need to set goals for yourself. You need to set goals so that you are working, so that you are using the systems we have in place. Because if you see someone else enrolling, like success leaves clues, make sure that we're reaching out to those people who are enrolling, reaching out to your upline, staying close to them so that you can enroll. And what it starts with is kind of just speaking it into existence. And I just think that's so important because, I have days where I have to tell myself pretty much like, hey, I'm going to mass enroll this month. And I make up my mind to do that. And the light switch turns on before the last month is over. So I know we kind of all ended July with a bang. And we're kind of just resetting for August now. And I just think that, I've already made the decision that I'm going to enroll one person a day and 10 distributors because I know we all have those BBK codes because we all have our green carpet tickets, right? Drop a 1 in the chat if you are going to green carpet. If you have BBK codes that you need to use, I want to see those ones. Let's light up that chat. For green carpet in Austin, green carpet will change your business. Okay, green carpet is going to change your business. You're going to get half off codes to enroll distributors. Make sure you're using all 10 of them. And if you have not made that decision to use your 10 coupons, the time is now. I'm on here for a reason telling you it. Your leaders, your upline, whoever it might be, we're all here to tell you for a reason. Use those 10 codes and use them wisely. And let's get to green carpet. So I think that's so cool that corporate wanted to give us codes so that we could, enroll just a little bit easier with $50 kits. I feel like everyone has $50. You need $50 in life, even just to live. So I think that's awesome. And if you have the 10 codes and you're maybe saying like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to use them all or what I'm going to do with all of them, make that mindset shift now. Okay, turn the lights on so that you can use those codes and make the decision. Make the decision and prioritize it. And the same goes with customers. Like prioritize what you're going to do this month with customers. So I told myself 31 customers because there's 31 days of the month. I know I'm easily going to hit that. I'll go well over. Okay, I set a smaller goal for myself this month for 31, but I already know I'm going to go well over 31 because I'm already at like 8 and it's the 7th. And I kind of will track myself on what day of the month it is too. So if you're at 2 or 3 or you're at 0, start today. There's 26 more days. Make that decision that you are going to sign 1 LC a day. And if you go for 1 a day, you're going to have those unicorn days where you're signing 4 to 6 or 6 to 10 or whatever it might be. So I just think like hearing from other people and seeing it be done through other people is also very helpful. So I just want to say like, get a little comfortable, with being uncomfortable, because I think we get into like this zone where we just want to mass enroll customers and we don't really have a lot of those distributor conversations, or, we aren't reaching out as much as we should, offering the business or posting about the business as much as we should. So I want you guys to get a little uncomfortable with having those conversations, and then any sort of setback that comes your way, make sure you're using that for motivation. Make sure you're using those setbacks to motivate yourself. And if you're not forever reinventing your why, like make sure you're doing that as well. Okay, so that being said, something I want to talk about with the mindset and making that shift is, before this business, I was probably a little bit of a negative person. And it sucks to admit, it sucks to look in the mirror and admit that, because I thought I was like a positive person. But looking back, I was probably more of a glass half empty than, glass half full type of person. And that just sucks. I think I just cared what people thought about me. And I think I cared, I was really hard on myself and just trying to be like this perfectionist. And that's not life. So by taking the time to read or listen to podcasts or work on my mindset, that has truly helped me to see things in a different light. And this helps me so much with my business. Like, people are going to tell you no. Like, I like to tell my newbies, like, if you're not hearing no 25 to 30 times a day, you're probably not working hard enough. So that being said, we just want to be very strong mentally. And it's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when. So not a matter of if, but a matter of when, and just being able to switch that mentality around. And if you're like, oh my God, what is she talking about? Or rolling your eyes, I was one of those people. I totally get it. Grab a friend, grab a sideline, grab someone in the business, grab someone you look up to and say, hey, look, what are a couple of reads? What are a couple of books I can listen to while I'm sending out my messages? What are a couple of things I can do? I need help a little bit with my mindset. And it's a very hard thing to do. It's a very hard thing to admit and look at yourself in the mirror, but I promise it will pay off. Okay, so that being said, I would bring one of our leaders on, and she is a newly promoted diamond. She's going double this month. No ifs, ands, or buts. And she has not been on Zoom in a while, so let's make sure we show her lots of love in the chat. She is a mass distributor enroller, though. All of my girls go to her now to enroll distributors. What do you do? What do you say? They're all hungry. They're all asking. And you guys get to hear from her tonight. I'm going to let her unmute, and I'm not going to say too much about her. I'll let her kind of talk, tell her story a little bit. Absolutely no pressure. She is a TikTok queen, though, so I'm going to unmute her. Her name is Cheyenne. And Cheyenne, we just want to hear all the things. We want to hear all the tips. And thanks for your time.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. My name is Cheyenne. I'm 21 years old, and I am a diamond leader in the company. And bear with me, I'm really nervous. I texted Chelsea and told her I wanted to throw up. But a little bit with mindset, and what I normally use is TikTok and Facebook mainly. Last year in this company, I was Emerald, and then I left and came back. But last year I stayed Emerald for a year and a half, and sometimes I didn't even re-rank Emerald. And so when I came back, I had to make up my mind of what I really wanted. And my husband travels on the road. So when we were in New Jersey, I sat in the camper all day long. And I finally thought to myself, I've got to do something. And I've got to change my mind of what I want to do. And last year, I cared what people thought about me. I cared what I posted. I didn't want them to make fun of me. Like, ew, this girl makes money from posting weight loss products. So now I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what I post. They don't pay my bills, so I don't care what they think. But TikTok is my main thing of signing distributors. I signed 14 distributors last month off of TikTok. I posted one TikTok, and 62 people filled out the ambassador application in an hour. And so I want to recommend using TikTok. I posted one earlier about the giveaway, and I have people message me on Instagram and post a little cute graphic of me on their story that I'm hiring. And I've already talked to 20 people in the last hour. So after I changed my mind and focus on what I want for me and my family, things have changed, and I am a diamond and within 45 days.
That is so amazing. So you are basically a TikTok queen, and then you said a little bit about Instagram as well. And did you guys hear that? Like 20 people today are messaging her. So like I know what you do, but we want to know everything that you do. It's just so awesome. And thanks for sharing with us. But if you could just unpack a little bit more, like, what do you post on TikTok? I mean, are you like, is it very just simple, or is it tricky, or like, can anyone do it? What does that look like?
Anyone can do it. my 5-year-old nephew even posts TikToks on there. It's simple. I post about the business, the giveaways, and just, TikToks about life mainly. I can drop my TikTok down below in the chat, and y'all can copy my post, copy my TikToks, whatever helps you. But mostly I do about the business, like I'm hiring, comment, message. And then Facebook, I just do host a post. And then Instagram, get people from Instagram on my TikTok, and they just post that cute graphic of me that they're hiring on their story, and they get entered into the giveaway. But TikTok is really simple. I mean, you just take a video of yourself dancing, doing something, and that's where I get all mine distributors.
I love that so much. I love how simple it is. And you guys, the distributors she is signing, they are working. Okay. We had, I think, one of them go Ruby. They're both boxed for Emerald, or one's like 2 distributors away from being boxed from Emerald. They are working distributors. They are also like in their 20s, and some are a little bit older. So never count like anyone out. This business is truly for anyone. And I think like that's important for us to remember. I think it's so easy to get into like that day-to-day grind of just kind of trying to like crunch numbers, sign customers, fill out bonuses, that sort of thing, when we really forget to do kind of all of the things. So Cheyenne, the chat's like pretty loud for you to drop your TikTok in. Whenever you get a chance, like go ahead and feel free to drop it in. And then just if there's any like last little, like anything you want to say, just because I know we are doing leadership things too with my team as well. And if there's anything you want to say about to anyone that maybe someone on here that they might want to hear something, please just, use like a minute or so. If there's anything else you want to say, we appreciate your time so much though. And that was just such great advice.
I do want to say something about consistency is, so this is my full-time thing, and my husband works on the road. So when we're home, we have family tugging at us. We have all these distractions. And today, I don't know, I got up at 10 o'clock, and then I made breakfast for us, and I sat down and watched a TV show, and I realized it was noon. And today I've only had one host up, and I'm going to be honest. So if I don't get up before 8 o'clock, I don't get as many host posts as I like to get up. So be consistent, have a set schedule, and just make sure you're doing all the things to get those host posts up, because I only had one up today, and I'm really mad at myself. I didn't get up, set my alarm, and was up in time, and was normally on my normal routine that I'm not on every day.
Hey, I love that so much. Thank you for all the tips. And, I do think it's important to get up early. And I think the morning time is just such a nice time. I know a lot of us are moms on here. A lot of us work full time. Whatever your life situation is, I think that working this business into the nooks and crannies of your day consistently, okay, is so key. Like, don't go so hard one day and do 500 tasks that the next day you have nothing left to do. Like, it's literally about just I would take the rest of August and run super consistently. So that being said, I have another leader for you girls, and she's going to go over systems that she has. She kind of, juggles a lot. And I'm not going to tell her story either, but she mass enrolls every month. She just promoted to Diamond for the first time. So I'm going to unmute, and let's give to Rachel.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm also a little nervous. This is such an honor to be able to just share my story. Just a little tiny bit about me before I get into it. I am 43-year-old grandma. So if you're a grandma like me, or you're a little bit older, I just want to encourage anybody on here that's in the older group that anybody can do this and be successful at it. I mean, I'm juggling a 5-year-old in addition to my grandkids, in addition to my grown children, the list goes on, and a full-time job. So don't ever count yourself out for any reason whatsoever. There are people out there that relate to you, that are going to pay attention to you. So just a word of encouragement there. I just recently went diamond last month for the first time. I joined last January, and all year last year, I basically sat at Ruby all year. I was mass enrolling. I was taking advantage of the systems at that time, but I just never saw any importance of promoting. I just really didn't view myself as a leader. And you know what? When I came back this time, it was a mind shift. It was a mindset shift that, you know what? I am leader material. I am capable of leading others. And, you know, I do want to piggyback off what you said, Chelsea, about you know, just speaking things into existence. I really love how you said right from the get-go that I'm going to enroll XYZ amount of customers this month. I'm going to enroll all 10 distributors with these coupons this month. You didn't say, I'm going to try to do it. You said, I'm going to do it. And that is so huge, you guys. If you guys are believers of the word, you know, God's word does tell us in Proverbs that we hold the power of life and death in our tongue. So with that being said, everything that you speak will come into existence. If you're speaking death over yourself and you're saying, man, I suck at this, or I can't enroll anybody, nobody's saying yes, I can't seem to get ahead, that is where you're going to stay, and that's where you're going to stick. So utilize that power of the tongue that you utilize the power of your tongue and speak into existence what you want to happen, and say it in faith that I am going to do this month, and watch the blessings happen. You know, God didn't just create the world, he spoke it into existence, and you also have that same power. So just believe in that. Also, I do want to piggyback also off of what Cheyenne was saying about consistency. It's so important to stay consistent with your system. So for me, you know, speaking life over your business should really be a part of your system. If you happen to be finding yourself in those negative traps, just make that decision to make it a part of your routine to speak affirmations over yourself. I don't care if you have to stand in the mirror and just put sticky notes on the mirror that reminds you what to say, that I'm beautiful, I am powerful, I am courageous, I am, you know, strong, I can handle anything, you know, like, you're going to get through this. I'm a mass enroller. I'm a diamond leader. Maybe you just enrolled yesterday and you don't know what this business has for you, but you know that you want to get somewhere. Then just speak that into existence and it'll happen, and make it part of your routine. Yeah, so for me, you know, I think systems is a huge deal for me. I do everything very systematically. So if I can encourage if I can give any word of advice, I would say create a system for yourself that's comfortable for you and your lifestyle. I don't have a whole lot of time, so I try to carve out enough time in the morning, enough time in the afternoon, and enough time in the evening in little increments where I'm just sending out my asks, or whatever you guys call it, your green light messages. Hey, will you post for me? And then doing another round in the afternoon, doing another round in the evening. And also in those little shifts, I'm also doing other little tasks, whether it's managing my posts, whether it's sending out follow-ups, whether it's, you know, reading a little bit, you know, whatever it is. If you're feeling like you're not getting enough done, then do more. But having that system in place is going to help you with being consistent. Because if you don't have a system and you're just like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? How can you be consistent? So maybe it just means writing down a list of tasks that you want to absolutely get done that are non-negotiables for you. You know, and for me, that is speaking life. For me, that is getting those asks out. For me, that is getting at least 5 hosts to post up. So if I've already sent 35 asks out 3 times a day and I haven't gotten 5 up, I might squeeze in another round of asks in. And then don't beat yourself up, because you are going to have days where it feels like nothing's going right. And that is where the power of consistency comes in, because everything that you do in your business is a seed planted. So just water that seed and you will see the fruit growing at some point. So that's all I have. Thank you so much.
Okay, so good, Rachel. You didn't seem nervous whatsoever, and that was amazing. I think that we all kind of have to remember that, it's easy to be so hard on yourself. We can be our worst critic, and I think that's just something that we just need to stop. Like when you are beating yourself up or whatever, any negative self-talk, we have to kind of just, not we can't do this. Okay, you cannot do it to yourself anymore. You got to get a good book, find your upline. I'm not going to repeat myself, but I do want to tell you guys one thing that Rachel reminded me of. Like, take emotion out of hearing the word no. Okay, take emotion out of hearing the word no. And I know when I talk to like Steph or any upline, like anyone that's helping me, they explain someone that's their like dream distributor or someone that's killing it and on fire, and literally they're saying like, oh, so and so's like just so robotic. She's almost like a robot the way she works her business. And I know, I go back to those months where I'm mass enrolling 70 people. It's almost like you are a robot. And when you do hear no, you don't even care, because you're on to the next post to post, you're on to the next task, you're on to the next income producing activity. Like, find that fire within you, because we all know it starts with us. So I want to lead that over to our last leader we're going to hear from tonight, and she's made some major mindset shifts, and I'm not going to tell a lot of her story either, but let me unmute her. And again, let's show her lots of love in the chat. Where are you? Let me find you. Okay, welcome, Taylor. Hi, we're so excited to have you.
Hi guys, I'm Taylor. I have been with the company for almost 5 years. I do work full-time as well. So that is something that I think that there are so many of us that kind of have both. We work full-time, or we do this business full-time, but you can do it all. You can balance it all. You just have to make that mindset shift. And honestly, to touch on like everyone said tonight, being around for 5 years in this company, I've been through some high highs and some low lows. And let me tell you, at those high highs, I've had systems, I've been consistent, and I have just changed my mindset. I had a great book, or I had a great upline that really just like got me in the flow of things. And was at those lows, I had to like kind of just own it and be like, well, I did not have my best month. I did not show up for my business. I was not consistent. I would let host to post sit for days, as opposed to like getting to those people in like a systematically timely fashion, because at the end of the day, we are salespeople and we are here to take care of those people. You don't want to just send out all these messages and get all these host posts up if you're not actually going to utilize them. So really just having that system and really just knowing what your why is. When I first came, I actually had left the company for a little bit, and then I came back, and I was on fire when I first got here. And then I think it was June, I took like a slight plummet. I was like coasting. I was just, living life. It was summer. And I had to kind of have that conversation with Chelsea and just be like, okay, she, kind of like, we both were like, this isn't you, like, what are you doing? And that really came down to a mindset shift. Having your why, knowing why you joined this business. If you don't know why you joined this business or why you need this money, that's problem number one. But sometimes for those of you that have been here for a while, your why can change. My why when I first joined this business wasn't inspiring me. It wasn't pushing me to do the task. So when I first came back, I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm ready to do the things. I fell into that, those comfortability systems that I had before, but that wasn't fueling my fire the way that it used to, because as we grow, life changes and those things really change as well. So you have to kind of get really honest with yourself and ask yourself why you're doing this, and have it like visually out on a piece of paper, on your mirror every morning. You should be asking yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I getting up every day to do these tasks? Why am I getting host to post up? Because that really is going to give you that mindset shift, and having those authentic conversations with a friend, whether it's an upline, whether it's another leader, like a sideline, getting real with yourself, knowing that like there are systems in place and knowing what those are for you. Because for me, that is having those same kind of systems like Rachel does, where like, morning, afternoon, and evening. I still, like I said, work, I still have a life, but I'm still working the business. And last month when I made that mindset shift, I brought in, I think they're like almost 2,500 in volume, just myself. And I had at least 10 to 15 host posts up every single day, but I didn't feel like I was missing out on life either. But I was following those systems and I knew exactly why I was doing this. And it just flipped the switch for me. So I think that for so many of us, it's just really defining what that why is and understanding how to get ourselves there.
Taylor, you are so sweet. You are a doll. We all love you so much. Just making, I think, that mindset shift, and just you being so like vulnerable to, like phone a friend and say, hey, look, like I don't feel like myself. Do you think I'm being myself? What's kind of going on here? And that's really, really hard to do. Like, again, even looking your own self in the mirror, but then going to a friend. And then what happened after she did that? She catapulted 25. She was our top enroller in our team chat. And it wasn't just small BV. Every customer was 135 plus. It was like, boom, 14 easy plus TFX, boom, 14 easy. And what she did was she motivated even me, because I wasn't even offering the TFX upsell. She motivated me and other girls, and I'm going, oh my gosh, Taylor, like I text her like, thank you so much, we forgot about it. So you never know like who you're inspiring and who is like close to you that needs the extra nudge or reminder. So, if you're feeling that like that way or anything like that, like come back and watch it, like rewatch a Zoom if you have to, because I know we've unpacked a lot as well. But you have plenty of tools, like it's all right in front of you, and all 144 of you that are on here, you guys took the time to get on. So clearly, like, one, you care, like you care about your business. Two, you're probably like, that we're all here, we're all a community, we're all here to support you. And three, you're probably gonna walk away from something. It's not something I said, maybe Cheyenne said it, Rachel, Taylor. Okay, sorry. Whoever said it, okay, whoever said whatever you heard tonight, just unpack that tonight. It's Monday. Find out what you're going to do. Even if you start tomorrow, what you're going to do with the rest of this week, whether it be, are you going to green carpet? I saw a lot of ones in that chat. Okay. So if you're going to green carpet, are you using your 10 promo codes? Because you better be, like, don't let money slip through your fingers. We should be using those codes, and you never know who you're going to sign. That is your next Taylor. That is your next Cheyenne. That is your next Rachel. Okay. Go out. Like, those people are all still out there. We are living in a world right now where there is inflation. Like, it is our job. You're doing a disservice by not offering the business to people. So I just want to send that friendly reminder too as well. But I hope you all got something from this tonight. I hope this filled your cup even just a little bit. And again, mindset is everything. Okay. Yes. Do I think it's silly to have to talk to myself in the mirror? Yes. Do I think it's silly that I have to sit on my dining room table by myself with no one home, no distractions, and say to myself, everybody post for me. Everybody post for me when I'm sending my asks out. But that works for me. Okay. So just find out what works for you guys. And it could be mindset. It could be words of encouragement. We're all a little bit different. Find your niche and use that, and make sure you're patting yourself on the back. Make sure, you are giving yourself, that thumbs up when it is deserved. And also at the same time, like, vice versa, make sure you're having those hard conversations, and find that friend you can have those hard conversations with, not the friend that's sitting there that doesn't have anything extra, that's just working her 9 to 5, that forever wants to live that life. Like, find the friend that actually is going to push you to level up. Whether that be a sideline or, your sister or your cousin or a relative you look up to. But most of the time, it's probably going to be someone that has done something like this before, or that's running parallel or in this business with you. So make sure you find that person that will hold your hand, that will hold you accountable. So I just want to say, again, I hope you guys all got something from this. I hope this was like so much fun and everything that everyone wanted. And I hope everyone has a lovely night. Happy Monday, and let's light this week up.